I'm the Ripper, baby daddy's worst nightmare. Catch me by the Claire, I'll be right there. Niggas copy everything we say. Louis frames, eyes lower than my GPA. Riding and swerving, kush I'm blow. Doze wide, my trunk bump like Eddie Roll. I don't cake hoes, I never tip the stripper. I'm rich bitch, but you can call me Cheap the Ripper. Shell toes, yes, PRPS.
Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Wow. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. And just like that, I'm on a roll. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavors, Puffs, Reese's Puffs. In the AM, it's the flavor I savor. Peanut butter and chocolate too. You know how I do, that's what I wake up to. My Reese's Puffs inspired this rhyme. That peanut butter chocolate combination's on time. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. And just like that, I'm on a roll.
Is it buffering for you guys right now? I'm just hoping it isn't, like, because, like, OBS is being a really terrible piece of shit. It's probably the internet.
Reese's Puffs inspired this rhyme. That peanut butter chocolate combination's on time. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. And just like that, I'm on a roll. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs.
Okay, as long as this works, I'll be fine. It says 2,000 kilobytes. It's doing pretty okay at this point. Alright, let's see here. If anybody can hear me, just say so in the chat, because I have been working for like 30 minutes to get this going. Apparently it's dropping half my frames, because this internet is fucking garbage. Alright, let's see if it transitions here. We're gonna be doing something really fun right here. It's, I'm gonna reveal it to you later, but I'm gonna wait for everybody to filter in, and then I'll ask how y'all are doing. As long as it renders okay, I'll be fine. Mommy, yo, how you doing, man? It's been quite a ride today, let me fucking tell you. Mouse, fucking yes, how you doing, man? Yes, you can hear me! I don't know, the chat's probably super late for me, but that's okay. So, the thing that's happening today is that, so I woke up, I woke up at like 9 AM, doing normal shit, going to class. And this class I'm having today literally, like, had a crash course on what anime was and, like, the history of it. And I'm just sitting there going, like, what the fuck? It's so fucking silly, like, I think my teacher ended up talking about, like, shit like Speed Racer and Astro Boy, so nothing, like, really fucking weird like last week. Where literally, like, loli hentai was put on the board, and it was so fucking disgusting. And the teacher was just like, oh, this is a commentary on, like, sexual exploitation of women. I'm like, no, this is just fucking porn, dude. Get that shit off the screen. That's disgusting. And then, like, and then a couple days before, on Wednesday, I ended up, like, I had a business class that I had to do a presentation. And I thought, you know, hey, I'd be good at public speaking, it's easy. You know, just go up there and be like, hey, I normally do with streaming and shit. I completely fucking bungled that presentation. I used a whole lot of fucking, like, filler words, like, and like, stuff like that. And I even ended up cursing under my breath when I couldn't think of something. I was just like, shit! And it was loud enough for the entire class to hear, like, my teacher and everything. So it was horrifyingly embarrassing for me. And I don't think, like, one of the group members did end up bringing food, so that probably saved me, but, man, that was... Don't swear in a presentation. That's supposed to be, like, business. Like, hey, I'm gonna go present my business! Fuck, what am I supposed to say now? Like, that's literally what happened. It was so fucking embarrassing. By the way, this shirt, I could actually give you the link to where I bought it. Because I got this for Christmas, and let me tell you, it is fucking great. It's been a wild week. These last few weeks have been completely fucking with my head. And like, I ended up waking up this morning, and then I was on my computer, and then I looked at, like, my, stream history, because I'm like, when's the 1 year anniversary? And then I realized, technically it's tomorrow, but by this week's metrics, it's today. And I did not want this shit to pass me up. So instead of, like, drawing, instead of, playing video games or doing something silly, we're gonna do something that we did several years ago, but the quality for that video is complete and utter ass, and I'm not gonna... And, like, I've gotten so many different fans since then, I'm gonna be looking through my old drives. And that's what you see right here. You're gonna be going through the head of fucking 12-year-old me right now. It was Evs. Man, like, I think I remember, like, last time I did it, I think I ended up having, like... I had 240p quality is what I remember, and that's fucking unacceptable for a video like this. I want you guys to see my horror in the highest of quality. It's gonna be going in the earliest one right now. Oh, what the fuck? It's okay. Looks like my flash drive is trying to save me from fucking, like... Oh. It's almost like... There we are! Yeah! It's trying to save me right now, but you can't do that. It wants me to feel... It wants to save all of you guys from being fucking awful, seeing all this awful bullshit, but I'm not gonna lend you that luxury. We're gonna be going into our pictures, and we are gonna be seeing some real fucking shit, let me tell you. Okay, we're not gonna be, there's gonna be some pictures here, but that's mostly. Hold on, video capture, window capture. Thank you guys, you're too sweet, fucking, come on. Here we are. The crowning glory of whatever the fuck this is. The first image I found that wasn't somebody's picture. I don't know when. I think this was like in 2009. It's literally just a fucking screenshot of Club Penguin. It's glorious. And also, what's glorious is that I did this when I was like 11. You know those like stupid like you go on YouTube and you look up magical girls transformations or whatever, and people just end up recoloring screenshots and shit. It was That's supposed to be me, by the way. Like, back when I was a kid, before... Like, I ended up dyeing my hair blonde when I was 17, but before then, I had brown hair. And so that's literally just fucking me with my anime waifu of the time when I was 12, who is, by the way, he's fucking terrible. Don't support this dude. Fuck him. Trying to fucking molest 13-year-old girls. It's gross. And then the first time I actually tried to draw something. This isn't even supposed to be anybody in particular. I just wanted to draw, and I think I was 11 here. But either way, like, I've fucking, 2 years of art school, and I can't top this. Like, no, I don't think I know anybody that can top whatever the fuck I did. Like, it's all downhill from here at this point. This is beautiful. Wondering how is the stream healthy? Stream seems to be doing just fine. Nice. It's not gonna be nice for you fucking people, because this is gonna be garbage, but... Okay, that's basic shit. And I think when I was a kid, too, I was like, oh yeah, I like memes and shit, but not even, like, actual memes. Like, literally, I just, like, stole other people's memes and just typed in complete nonsense. I think I have something else like that that's funnier. This is even worse. What the fuck? Honestly, dude, like, 11-year-old me was a fucking genius. Honestly, though, Club Penguin Rewritten is getting re-uploaded, though. Like, it was a like, I think they closed down the servers and they had to re-upload them again or something. Like, it's back. Club Penguin ain't dead. But I am after looking at this garbage. I miss Club Penguin, too. I think I was also into, like, I also was super into, like, any fucking, like, children's MMO. I was on top of that shit, and they had this contest or whatever. It's like, hey, draw on our models and we'll put your fucking design in the game. Me being 11, I thought this is better than everybody else, but... sometimes real life hits you in the face. There's a lot of Club Penguin. I was super into that game back when I was a kid. Just most of, like, this isn't, like, the real meaty, fun stuff. This is just, like, the really garbage. This is, like, the appetizer to the real cringe. Like, I think, like, when I was 11, I was just dipping my toes into fucking hellhole garbage. And so I was just like, I'll just recolor some images, not show anybody this absolute fucking trash, because it was embarrassing. Like, fucking look at this garbage. This is the most MS Paint thing I've ever seen. Like, they even gave her dental problems. Look at that shit. Look at the fucking compression on it, too. Like, what the shit? It's a PNG, too. Why the fuck would it be compressed this way? I'm guessing I did this in, like, paint.net or something, but, like... Shit, dude. How the fuck does that even happen? At some point when you're fucking 11, you can bungle literally anything. And the crowning jewel. This was iCarly too. I was super into iCarly at the time too, so literally. So I just stole like the art from that show and just fucking. 2 years on, and this still fucking cracks me up. I still, like, I can never get over that fucking face. Like somebody else drew that. It's like, hey, it's just gonna be a caricature of Nathan, whoever the fuck played Freddy. And then 11-year-old me was like, hey, I'm gonna do fan art of my favorite show. And notice how the tracks, like, literally, like, look at this shit. The tracks literally disappear, so if somebody actually wrote that, they'd be dead. Literally defies all of the laws of physics. It's fucking disgusting. A lot more recolors at this point. I chopped off Patrick's head and wanted to use it as a reaction image, but never did. And then I think I would have gotten really popular if I uploaded this on it somewhere else other than Blingy, but I was never into any boy bands, I'll make that clear. Or, like, any male singers when I was a kid, so, like, all the kids in my like, I think this is at the point where, like, it was cool to hate Justin Bieber, and, like, at 11, I was just like, okay, let me just make my own image. And it just dragged the default shape of MS, like, an MS Paint over it, and it was just... I feel like if I ended up making videos at that age, I would have fucking gotten flamed to shit. I think I remember I made this one, too. Like, I didn't know what this was. I thought this was just, like, anime girls standing, but it's a fucking body pillow. It's literally body pillows, and I didn't know that. I actually don't even know that until now. What the fuck? I mean, like, they're not super explicit or anything, so of course 11-year-old me would have been none the wiser, but, like, fucking hell me. There comes a point where you gotta, like, not, like, know this shit, that this is body pillows. You're supposed to fuck these things. And they're, like, 15 or some shit. It's nasty. And 11-year-old me didn't know any the wiser. It was... I envy that innocence. By the way, slurs, too. I used those a lot. Like, I didn't even know that word was bad until, like, I think I was 12. Like, I was 11, and it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna... That word is completely okay to use because everybody in school and the internet uses it. And until, like, the fucking 7th grade or whatever, when they started spreading that, like, spread the word to N-word, that's what I think it was. End the word. And I remember, like, it was like, hey, that's a bad word. And I was like, oh, shit, I shouldn't even be fucking using this. By the way, I think that's actually supposed to be armpit hair. And I don't know what this is. It could be a vest. It could be a scarf. It could be blood. Although this is probably blood. And this is either beard or it's puke at this point. Honestly, though, that would be me. If I ate, like, that fucking gray stuff for Beauty and the Beast, I ended up... You know, that shit? And then you just barf it out. Like, that would be me right now. And he's got the sickest hair game in the world. I'm fucking jealous. That guy is not that guy's not what that says he is. He's a beautiful man. 11-year-old me doesn't know shit about shit. Just a lot of fucking just a lot of cringy Club Penguin recolor memes. This is peak performance for the animal, peak performance for the fucking human. Like, if you want to raise your dog or your cat, it's gotta look like that. You gotta fucking give it... You gotta make it look like it came right out of Tumblr with that haircut. Oh man, wait a minute. Stale gum. Yeah, it's just stale gum, and I think that's like mold, and I think that's piss. Like, you're supposed to bathe your idiot Puffle in piss and feed it stale gum. Like, sometimes, like, when you look back on shit you did as a kid that you thought was funny, it gets funnier. It literally gets funnier the more I look at it now. Like, this aged like piss, but it's fucking hilarious. And then, as I said, when I was 11, I had brown hair. It actually came down to about here. But I was ugly as shit, and I had braces, and I looked ugly as shit. And my art was ugly as shit, and I got bullied a lot for being an ugly, dumbass motherfucker. It was... This just reminds me of my fucking middle school years, and it's not exactly the most pleasant. Especially with that fucked up looking... Especially with that tumor, too. I feel so... God, gotta take her to a doctor or something. Like, if you had, like, your fucking... A massive tumor on, like, your... Fuck, which arm is it? This one. A massive tumor on this arm. You gotta go to the doctor. Like, I figured people should know that, but it's sad. But then again, I'm 11, so I can't really hate myself too much for this. And this is when I started becoming This is when I started using social media, and I started to become I started to really dip my toes into the weeaboo game. And I had my own website, but that's gone now. More recolors. I don't know why I did this shit. Like, this is actually really fucking bad. And this is also the beginning of my fucking edgelord persona, too. Like, I remember I did a picture before, which is literally like, oh hey, this is how my persona evolved over the years. I could literally pick this one as the first time I've ever depicted myself in like a fictional, like, OC sort of form. And it's this. With a shoulder that's so goddamn dislocated. Like, it's not even dislocated. It's like this shoulder just, like, goes out to here while the other shoulder's, like, normal. So, literally, it would just be, like, my arm just kind of flopping about trying to, like, trying to work. Do whatever fucking stupid shit it does. Man, at some point you gotta wonder. I don't know, I feel like I'm ignoring the elephant in the room right here. That is the worst fucking combination of jewelry I've ever seen. And that is the whitest shirt I've ever seen. Like, if you went to, like, any place, and you wore that stupid shirt, and you had that stupid face, you would get your shit kicked in. Nothing matters. I would cheer on the person that kicked that, whoever the fuck. I would cheer on for that fight, because if you wear that goddamn shirt, it looks stupid. It was becoming a popular thing on Facebook, too, and it's just like, you just wear, like, oh, hi, I listen to hardcore rap while going to the farmer's market, and it's this white girl wearing it, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You just look fucking stupid. I don't get it. Like these are just such good springboards to just rant about completely stupid shit. Absolute fucking trash tier. More recolors. Oh my god, Raku High! And yeah, that I ended up oh god, I forgot about that one. I don't know why I didn't notice this. There's no S. What the shit? Oh my god, wait. The S is right here. So it's Sagangta. So I literally dislocated that S and put it somewhere else. Yep. Mu piss, mu charcoal, fucking cocaine. I didn't like my brother, so I think this is like, I tried drawing him and that's what it looked like. So those whoever did those braces, they need to get their dental license revoked. A lot of Club Penguin. I don't even think I did this one. I just stole this meme off the internet. I think that it's just so fucking cringy. Like, this is like basic shit that you did when you were a kid, so it's not really that awful. I jinxed myself. I thought I was a good Christian child. I mean, I saw this shit before, but I forgot how much it extended. I thought it was just one stupid image. Nope. I'm very thankful I didn't post this, like, anywhere back when I was a kid, because I knew as a kid, I knew this was cringy as shit, and nobody would fucking, like, want to see this. So, I think that's it for that folder, but, like, at some point, you just gotta look at yourself. Like, I think I had that self-awareness, and I'm glad I did. Not completely fucking stupid. I mean, I'm extremely fucking stupid, but I'm not completely stupid. But before we get into the complete hell that is this folder... Actually, no. We're gonna go into this complete hell. We're gonna dip right fucking down. Hold on. How cringy does this get? Okay, pretty cringy. And it goes right, like... It goes right to this. Okay, hold on. Okay, at least that's the correct amount of fingers. At least I got that one right, but, like... The size of the head is what's throwing me off, because literally, it's... Like, I'm glad she's laying down, because there's no way that can, like, that person can stand up. But then again, I was 12, I can forgive myself for these mistakes. It's not that bad. Okay, yep, basic shit. I tried... Like, I think if this was on YouTube, but I tried to make an animated series, and that was supposed to be a self-insert, too. I had a lot of those fucking self-inserts. And it's on YouTube, and it's about this, like, kid who literally, like, he goes on the internet to pick up girls, and he's, like, 12, so he should not be doing this awful shit. And he picks up girls, and he meets one, and it's like, hi! You want to meet up in real life? And he's like, yes. And then he steals somebody's car, goes over to the fucker's house, and the fucker is like an old man with a dick for a mouth. And, like, he doesn't even actually speak. Like, it's just gargled nonsense with subtitles. Windows Movie Maker subtitles. Like, the ones that, like, go across the screen and shit. And I think he ended up getting raped. Like, no, like, I think it was just... Like, it was just a shot of the house zooming out, and it was just this 12-year-old boy fucking screaming, and you know what happened. Like, 12, 13, whenever the fuck I made this, like, it's on, like, I'll link to it on YouTube. It's fucking, it's terrible. Okay, let's see. Actually, let's see if something else works. Open with... Let's see if this works instead. Yeah! There we are. That's the real shit right there. Now I can check the chat without a problem. I'm very thankful for that. Shit. So you can get the full 2010 experience. God damn it. Alright, we're gonna go through here. So as it said, this is the character that got fucking, like, ass blasted by, like, a 70-year-old man who had, with the dick mouth and a wife beater. And then I think... Then I also had this problem, too. Back when I was younger, I thought cheeks were, like, down here. And, like, if you blushed, you literally blushed at, like, your fucking lip. And, like, the only way that's possible is if you had so much fucking loose skin on your face that it started to droop. I feel like that's the only reason that would ever happen. And I think her cranium, too. Like, if you actually extended it past here... Oh, like, I think that's, like, a symptom of hydrocephaly, which is literally, like, a disease where your brain fills up with so much goddamn water that you die. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. But it is. Some people have it, and I think she does, and I think it's just seconds from bursting, and she's gonna be down on the ground screaming, while the other dude is just looking on in the distance. Not even fucking looking at her, like, what the fuck? They're not even looking at each other, it's just like her eye line is, like, here, while he's staring at the ground like he just found a penny or some shit. And that's more important than the bitch who literally has is gonna have her brain explode with fluid. It is Cendrillon inspired, it's... Absolutely. You got it right on the fucking dot. And this requires a lot of fucking context. Sadly enough, there isn't a whole lot of Sonic on this, but there is Sonic recolors on here. That I did ironically. But the fucking context of this... It's embarrassing, like, I tried describing it before on my last stream, but, like, okay, Kishu Tokyo Mew Mew anime, this is a character from an extremely shitty, like, fanime, like, fucking, and, like, somebody made an animated series of Magical Girls or some shit called, like, Magic Heart. Like, literally, it's just, like, these awful models that's, like, a ripoff of Powerpuff Girls, but they never move. And it looks like they're stuck in the T-pose for, like, the entire series. It's like someone dragged, like, a T-pose model and just put a screenshot of that and had a bunch of screenshots, and that was the show. And this was, like, the season 2 villain. And when I was younger, I was like, they completely fucked up her character. It literally is. It's fucking cringy as shit. And then this one was from, like a parody, like, somebody made, like, a Tokyo Mew Mew, like, Fanime Tokyo Crystal Mew, and then somebody parodied that, and that was supposed to be the main villain. And that right there, that's my self-insert. The one in the middle in the orange, that's my Tokyo Mew Mew self-insert. You're gonna be seeing a lot of that character, because I've fucking... This is at the time when I was 12. Okay, a lot of tracing. I did that. I also thought this was dope. Even though, like, it's fucking awful. But I can excuse that. I was a kid. A lot more tracing. Okay, now this is fucking inexcusable. Yeah, literally, Tokyo Moe Mew villain. It was off, like, I don't know why. I was stupid. There are so many better characters than that, and I chose the one with no goddamn impact. While I'm speaking of... What the fuck is this? Like, I don't care how old you are. This is bad! There's, like... I can't even decipher, like, his ass is, like... Either his ass is drooping, like... at least, like, 6 inches down from where it's supposed to be, or he got like, insane elephantitis on, like, his goddamn feet. Oh no, his thighs. And he had to get, like, the bottom ones amputated. Like, that's a legitimate medical condition. And similar thing with her, except she just had her feet amputated. Like, it's like when I was 12, you don't realize that you're illustrating all these horrifying deformities, but you are. Okay, more stupid shit. I traced a lot. And that's basically the cringe, like, the fucking thing I told you about with that, like, stupid crossover. This is the culmination, and it's probably the worst. Yeah, it is Giselle. Like, I'm doing this for the newer fans, so that they can experience this fucking garbage tier shit with me. Because I feel like it's necessary. You gotta initiate them somehow. I think that's also Overdrive from Toho or some shit, too. Also a lot of tracing, more tracing. And then that's the angry, that's supposed to be the angry video game nerd. Keyword is supposed. I can't even fucking look at this! It's so stupid! Why has he got, like, a full head of hair, dude? Like, why does he look like he's 12? He's, like, fucking 30! He's got a wife and he's got a daughter and he's got, like... He's not a pussy! He's not a pussy-ass bitch like this! I don't know why I'm getting all angry, but, like... I watch this dude all the time, and I did when I was younger, and I still do, and it's, like... It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. Like, I need to initiate you motherfuckers into this goddamn awful mess. And I think there's a slight little detail, too. Other than the, absolute garbage compression of the background that looks like it was pulled out of, like, a 2005 website. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, I couldn't... The only reason I could tell is because I drew it. And this is, by the way, I'm supposed to be calling this character a pervert, even though he was the one that got fucking raped by one. And as a kid, I passed it off as a joke, too. Like, it wasn't serious to me. Like, I remember I saw a lot of, like, content that was like, oh yeah, raping little boys is totally funny. And it's like, no! Like, I'm sorry if, like, this is super triggering content. Like, I can't fucking... I did not see the Earthbound one. I really should. And also, I was fans with this, like, I think it was ironically Weeaboo. Like, it was this channel, like, when I was younger. Like, it was this channel that specialized in making, like, those awful, like those ones that made, like, rants and you put up your voice super high and it's like, if you hate anime, then you're racist! Like, those kinds of those kinds of people with those fucking awful ear-grating shit, and they ended up making their own animations, but the art was way worse than this, if you can believe it. And so I was like, I wanted to be friends with them, but I was only friends with them ironically, for, like, the hell of it, because I thought it was funny, like, oh yeah, these guys are fucking stupid. I'm gonna get in with these motherfucks. And they're gonna think I'm cool, but then again, I'm gonna make fun of them later. Like, I was a sadistic motherfucker as a kid. I still am. And then I think that was a lot of recolors. I would say this is a fetish, but I was very young and I didn't know anything, so I would not say that. And, like, I think at this point, this one also has the story of the origins behind what is now my YouTube channel. Like, originally, the person on the right, that was the persona of my friend Marissa in 7th grade. Like, the two of us, we were, like, it was, like, we were, like, friends, like, really good friends, but at the same time, she always picked on me. Because, you know, stupid asshole child. That's how it's supposed to be, but, like, we ended up running a joint YouTube channel together, and it's, like, Missy Sore 10 or some shit. And, there's only 2 videos on that channel now, and they're hers. Like, the one on the right is her, and the one on the left is me. And we ended up, like, running this channel for a while and posting up completely stupid fucking videos. And then I made a backup channel, too, like, I was Missy Sore 11 as, like, a backup channel for all the videos, but I ended up using it as my own channel. And so I ended up posting my own content, and that's also where the original copy of that one episode about the little boy getting ass blasted was, until I had a falling out with his friend. Because I went to her house after school, because she lived right across the street from the school we were at. And we ended up, like, we were having fun, we were doing shit after we went to anime club. And then she asked me to roleplay sex with Bratz dolls. I was, like, I did it a little bit, and then after when I went home, I realized that I completely fucked up. And that it was super uncomfortable and super embarrassing for me. And then I thought about it. And I realized how much this friend had been fucking me over for the past 2 years. Like, I think at one point, like, she made me, like, okay, I think this is at the start of 8th grade, actually, where this happened. This falling out happened. Like, I realized that she actually fucked me over for so many years, like whenever we were partnered together for a group project, she made me do all the work. And whenever I got angry, she would egg me on to get angrier. And then she'd, like, and then she got, like, and then she teased me to make me madder. Like, she got off on me having meltdowns and shit. It was terrible. She always made fun of me. It was, then after that, I ended up deleting the Missy Sore 11 channel, and my computer crashed that same day. Like, all of these files were presumably gone. Until, like, you know, 2 years later, actually, several years later, when my dad fished them out of the, broken computer. Then my computer broke, and then I remembered, like, 8th grade, I'm like, okay, I'm not friends with you anymore, asshole. Like, I didn't say asshole, but I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I can't be friends with you anymore, you're fucking terrible. And then she ended up deleting all of my videos on the original channel, and only 2 remain to this day. And she had a fanime too, but, like, that's lost. There's no record of it ever existing. Because nobody watched it. The only people that know about it are me and her, and I don't think I want to remind her about it. Like, we did make up, like, sophomore year of high school? Yeah, like a bowling alley trip. We ended up making up. But I still don't talk to her, and I still think she's kind of a bitch. See, like, this is a conduit for all my awful childhood stories. You get the Allie backstory here. And I ended up, like, fucking... Like, I was super offended by, like, people swearing on, like, fucking online games, too, so I screenshotted it, and I'm like, oh, people say bad words? And I'm like, yes, they do. That's literally, like, that's how it works, man. People aren't exactly all that nice. And then I think here, like, it was like Barbies, but I think it was, like, the Virgin versus Chad meme, or, like, fucking... I think that's supposed to be, like, it was just like, oh yeah, this is American Barbie, and this is Japanese cute anime Barbie, which is clearly fucking better. And it's like, oh, this is slutty, and I'm like, no, I've seen girls wear way fucking worse in college. Like, technically, I'm wearing worse. Because I have, like, cleavage and shit. It was... I think I ended up, like, it was just this one, like, fucking, like, people who, like, it wasn't a toy reviewer, but it was just some guy who showed off, like, obscure toys or some shit. That channel's been dead for years, but... And then I think... That's me right now. I think that would be... That's a great reaction image right there. I don't get the slant, but the intent is there. The gun is actually very detailed for what I normally go for in my style. Normally, it's like, all of this is complete garbage, but the gun... I feel like I stabbed my head. Although the way it's angled, I would have stabbed my head through it. Like, I think that's at the point, like, it's not even, like, angry. I think my eyes are just crossed and I'm gonna fucking drop dead. Like, I'm just dead on the fucking floor. And I had a really big affinity for fucking slurs. Thank God it's censored, but, like... God damn it, me. like, at some point, you just, like, I didn't even know it was really, like, that offensive, because kids called each other this all the time in middle school, and then I realized that, like, similar thing happened to when I was, like, 8th grade or whatever, like, around the time I drew this, a bunch of kids, like, we watched West Side Story in class, and a bunch of kids were fucking, like, we're just like, oh yeah, this movie's so fucking gay, why are they dancing? And so my teacher ended up, like, the next day after we made all of these jokes, the teacher was like, no, we're not gonna be watching the rest of West Side Story. Instead, you're gonna be watching videos of men doing ballet dances, because you guys are homophobic pieces of shit. Fucking burn. Like, I think she ended up, like, she was pretty much my favorite middle school teacher of all time, because that is goddamn legendary. Like, we felt, like, every single person in that class felt fucking awful by the end of it, because it's like, wow, we're terrible! But that didn't mean they stopped being awful. Speak of the devil about awful. Speak of the fucking devil. This guy right here, this piece of human filth, this cesspool shaped into human form. I used to be a fan of his work. He's Ben the Looney or some shit. And then, like, 7 years later when I checked on his content, like, okay, it was 6, but, like, 6 years later when I checked up on him, I'm like, oh, hey, how is he doing? He's drawn porn of, like, little fucking, like, 13-year-old girls. And defending it, he was just like, oh, no, it's totally fine to draw this disgusting shit. It's legal, they're hot. And I'm just like, guys are fucking awful. Like, I did a commentary on one of his videos, it's like, oh yeah, I like drawing porn, and I remember I made a video, and it's like, you're fucking gross, you need to stop. And he only got worse. People made commentaries on that video, and they were saying that I was a fucking, like, SJW moral fuck. And here he is now, DeviantArt account suspended, drawn, like, he spent 4 years in an art school. And he didn't learn anything. And I want him to know that I'm still waiting on his fan art of my persona. He promised me it, and I told him, yeah, draw my persona. I'm still waiting. After all of these years. This one isn't nearly as offensive as the one before, though, thank fuck. I did draw him way back then. I was 12 years old, and all he did was rant about cartoons and how they were not as good as they were in the 90s. And I was 12, and I took his fucking word as heart back then. And now, look at him now. Hold on, I think I have food upstairs. I'm gonna leave you with something a little less offensive. Back, I got the goods. Like, okay, let me find his Twitter. Like, I'll link it to you guys, but I'll be forewarned, it's fucking terrible. Hold on. Ben the Looney. Okay, actually, no, I'm not gonna link it. I don't want to give this guy attention. He's too cringy. Okay, at the very least, this one isn't really offensive, but I think the sword... I fucked up the sword, too. Like, that's supposed to be, like, a full-length katana. I just made it look like a knife. Like, in the movie, like, you're just like, hey, got a badass katana. No, I just got a fucking prison shank right there. Look at that. Dude, I would totally watch a movie if a magical girl had nothing but a prison shank. That would have been fucking great. And we're right back at the offensive, stupid, cringy shit. Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever fucking changes. This is similar, like, when I was, like, I think a couple days ago, like, I had a critique in my anatomy class, and I put up all the work I did in there, and then she was like, and then my teacher was just like, your work is very edgy. And she probably meant it in a different way, but, like, I think I went home, and I held my head in my hands, and I'm like, how the fuck does she know what that means? Like, does she know what that means? It means you're 12 and you draw stupid shit like this. But I've never really grown out of that. And here we are with the fucking pentagram, Devil Star 666, and the blood that literally makes no sense. Like, it's just strawberry jelly fucking smeared all over her body, and she's wearing, like, a prison jumpsuit. Okay, that one's not nearly as cringy. I think I ended up trying to make a Vocaloid or something. But it wasn't even a real Vocaloid, I just pitched up songs. And I thought I was being original. Nope. Because I saw other people getting bullied for it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna upload this, no way. I'm gonna get fucking trashed. Okay, not nearly as cringy. Okay, this is also cringy, because I think I ended up making, like, 6 recolors of the same character model, and it just fucking keeps showing up. It's garbage. A lot of okay, at this point, I was just making Fantage parody videos. I do have the original video, and it is extremely cringy. And there's the original channel before it's with that, like, fucking 2010, like, how long yeah, this is 2010. Like, this format that everybody was super mad about them changing, but in a way, I am so glad they fucking changed it, because this is literal 2007 MySpace garbage. Like, if YouTube kept this aesthetic, they would not have survived. Terrible. Terrible web design. Okay, more like dated, but still pretty dated. Okay, nothing too offensive. I traced that one. It's like every single time I think I find something that isn't very offensive, you know, it's just like, okay, just something casual. I go up and I find this stupid shit. Context. This was based off of a book I read in 7th grade. I think it was called Among the Hidden or something. It's been a while. But it's about this kid, the blonde one in the back with the fucking awful facial expression. Like, he was a 3rd child, and, like, the society or whatever banned, like, having more than 2 kids, so he always had to stay hidden, because, you know, he's gonna die if they find out, oh man, 3rd child. And then I think they had another 3rd child, like, there was just a revolt of, like, 3rd children or something, and the other character, the black-haired one was, like, the other one that was, like, goading him to start a revolution or something. And the funny thing is that this description is completely inaccurate. The character actually had short brown hair and, like, did not look anything like this. And that's barring the awful facial expression on the dude. This stupid fucking face is gonna make a lot of appearances. Oh, fuck. This right here is the mark of the devil. And this right here is the misspelling of the devil. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, it should be working. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, this one isn't nearly as offensive. I think this was before. Like, I just thought the blue screen of death was a cool aesthetic. And I only got this error once when I was a kid. But I thought nothing of it. Terrible. Terrible. I am dying inside. Every single time I make a statement, I flip to the next. It's like every single time I think I've seen it all. I haven't. I fucking haven't. Like, at some point, you just gotta look inside yourself and say, how the fuck does this happen? Like, I don't care how old or how young you are, whatever the shit fucking is, it's just... This is cursed. This is, honest to God, a cursed image. You cannot tell me otherwise. Okay, also, I was also extremely edgy here. Shit, I'm kinda cold. Fuck. I don't, like, I'm only at the C's at this point. There's a C, a literal, like, S-E-A, C, of, like, awful art, and I'm only at the C mark. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this. Okay, not very offensive. I think that was like a tutorial on like how to do things in like some sort of shit fuck program that doesn't exist anymore. Tracing with that same other girl who ran a YouTube channel with me and roleplayed sex with Barbie dolls. And these were her characters that I drew fan art of. These four right here, they were all hers. And they are pretty much the only fucking record I have of this ever existing. It's just like, I feel terrible. I'm holding information that been lost to the ether, but no, I just have it. I just have it on me. And this one isn't that offensive. My real name got put on it, though. I just don't get why I was so fucking edgy as a kid. Like, this is literally the, like... It's like sometimes I question, why am I so edgy? Like, why do I fucking have everything in red and black, and why do I, like, swear like a sailor? And then I realize, it's always been this way. I've always been a complete fucking 12-year-old. Even at 12. I've never grown out of this garbage. And this wasn't like my persona, it was an alternate version of it, I think. But I never used it because it was, like, too complicated. Then I think this is my first time trying Paint Tool Sai. I referenced this off of an actual image, but this looks like absolute dick fuck garbage, so... great job, 12, 13-year-old me. Fuck, I really should have gotten a tissue. Shit. I mean, at the very least, this one isn't offensive. It's just, like 12-year-old who first found out how to use Photoshop, like, fucking bad. It's not, yeah. Oh yeah, and this is supposed to be a remake of something that was even fucking worse. Like, hey, there's some improvement, you know, in, like, I think several months when I drew it. And instead of using, like, completely, probably inaccurate Japanese, I ended up just putting Photoshop's effects on it, which is a lot less offensive and stupid. I told you. I told you that stupid fucking face would make an appearance again. Okay, not... I think I did this in the same style as that Awful Angel piece, but, like... I mean, it's other than, like, the fucking lack of arms and legs, and, like, one leg being way bigger than the other, this isn't nearly as offensive. Like, this isn't offensive either, this is just bad. This is just garbage tier art. I can't really, like, get mad at myself for it. This I can get mad at myself for because that's not how drugs work. Like, the most I've ever done was smoke weed, but, like, that's not what happens. Like, I don't know any drug that, like, gets you in this kind of mood that's, like, depicted here. It's just stupid. It's just fucking stupid, dude. And then I think this is like one of my first digital, like, also one of my first ones when I was 12. Like, this is why I'll never use the curve tool. And I still never do, because look at the fucking results. Absolutely barbaric. Garbage. And this is also fan art of something I really liked as a kid. Like, someone made, like, their own fanfiction of Tokyo Mew Mew. And this was, like, the main character. And I actually did a speed paint of it. But it's, not good. The creator of this show ended up, like, I don't think she's on welfare, but she always begs for me on the internet. And is doing with her life, so now I regret it. There's a lot of things in this life that I just fucking regret. This being one of them. Actually, no, I don't regret this that much. I think it's just like fan art of all of my favorite fanimes back in the day. Like, they all look the same. It's nothing too offensive, just stupid. Same thing there, this, like, the only thing offensive here is this. Like, it's not even like they're big. They're just fucking really droopy. Like, these are grandma titties. They're not even... Okay, they're not grandma titties, because if they were, they wouldn't have volume, but, like... The most I can say is they're back pain titties. They're not pleasant. Okay, also... A lot of edge. Like, I don't know. These were all made within the same, like, year or so? So, I don't know. I just had a lot of fucking angst as a kid. I was just very sad. Hey, why the fuck isn't it... Why isn't it going? Oh, shit. Okay, nope. Back on it again. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. I am dead inside, that's a fact. I don't know why it's still saying it's low. Skipping 30% of the frames. And I downgraded this a ton, too. Like, this is only running at 30 frames a second. And at, like, a really crushed bit rate. And it's still fucking up. The internet here is, like, fucking trash. Okay, nothing to see here. Just really bad art. Okay, that has my full name on it. I can't show that. Yeah, it's the same thing. The same reason why I will never use the curve tool, because you get results like this. I get results like this if I use the curve tool in MS Paint. You guys probably won't, because you're not a terrible 12-year-old like I am, but... Okay, a lot more tracing. And then I think at this point it's just like... Would I redraw the fucking lightning one? Maybe. I think I wanted this to be an animation or whatever, and it's just this character drinking beer. And, like, they're cheering her on despite the fact that this character right in the middle is, 12 years old. AKA a person who should not be drinking beer. And these characters over here have no legs and no sense of fashion. Awful. I'm just gonna have to skip over this one because I can't take it. I'm not gonna keep going with that cringe. And I'm gonna keep going with this cringe instead. I wanted to make my own Tokyo Mew Mew animated fanfiction too. And this is the cast of characters I set up. And this was like the first, and like, the thing is with this picture is that this is the first time, like, I drew all of these designs, other than the orange one. I made up all of these on the fly. Like, it's just like, okay, I need this character to have a cast. What the fuck should I do? And I just went into MS Paint and just shat this out. And that's where my roots are. This. I mean, I still have a lot of these characters. Like, they're still mine. I just never use them. And I want to use them for something else. Actually, I am using them for something else. But it's not Tokyo Mew Mew related anymore. It's just fucking garbage. Oh, mommy, Grey's Anatomy. Like, Grey's Anatomy is dramatic, but this is worse. I'd rather get a surgery for from the characters on that show than watching this. Man, I need to redraw these characters at some point. I need to post them. Because these are my babies. These are like my first real set of OCs. And they're precious to me in a weird sort of way. And see, that's like, I still have this character, she's still adorable. And I think, but then again, like, the story I had with this one, like, sort of, is that, like, not really story, but, like, the reasoning. I remember when I was younger, I was watching, like, fucking Fanime or whatever, and I'm like, why are all the characters white? So I think I just ended up making a token black character, because I thought, like, oh no, I'm gonna solve racism with tokenism. I mean, like, it's not, I mean, like, I wouldn't say this is offensive, but, like, I mean, she doesn't have, at least I didn't make a caricature. At least I didn't do that, and I'm thankful for my younger self for being a little bit less awful than that. And I did a lot of these remakes, too. Like, I tried I need to be better at art, and I was, but it's still bad. You go from awful to bad, you're still in a bad range. Fuck. And I think this is another remake, too, like... Fuck. Like, I don't know why, I just hated drawing legs, like, you'd think in this style it would just be, like, tubes. You wouldn't need fucking much. I don't know why I hated them so much, I don't know, like... It'd just be tubes, it wouldn't make that much a difference. And then I think here, like, this is the first time I drew my sister, like, as a... Like, I drew this as a birthday gift for my sister back when I was, like, 12 or something? Like, I was very young. And I think ever since then I did it, like, every year. But I wish I had, like, every single one, because then I could just put it in a line and then just show my sister. Then I'll also, fucking, like, the compression on this is absolute dog shit. I don't know how big this image is. It's fucking... How do you work on this small of a canvas? Okay, more tracing. Tried making an icon and it looked like shit. More tracing. I traced a lot. And I also still was a Carly at this point. It looks nothing like him. And the creator's a piece of shit. I don't fucking like Dan Schneider, okay? Like this dude over here, it's like, hey, I'm gonna crowdsource foot porn of children on, like, goddamn Twitter or some shit. And he got fired from Nickelodeon for being a complete dick. But I didn't know any of that. I was fucking 12. I thought, oh, hey, I like this show about, like, doing web shows and shit. And I think that probably was a huge part of my development. I think a lot of who I am comes from iCarly. Now that I think about it. Like, the whole web show thing, that's what I'm doing right now, in a sense. Except instead of having an actual set and somebody with me, I'm alone. It's like if Sam from iCarly ran, like, a fucking web show in her basement. That's what this would have been. That's what this stream would be. And if, like, no TV producers were there and she was older than, like, 14. Okay, more tracing. A lot of awful shit, and... The only thing that's funny here is the proportion. Look at his face, so fucking small! Like, look at him, it's just like... I can forgive myself here, because, you know, I was 12 and I knew nothing about proportions. But, like... It's just a tiny little baby fuck man. And, like, if he stood up, like, it still, like, has awful anatomy, because if he stood up, he'd fucking fall over. And, like, I think that's supposed to be a neck, but I didn't color it in. So it looks like he literally has a stick neck. So it's just, like, a fucking tiny man with a stick neck on his shoulder. No wonder she has to hold him. That can't be a life you want to live. There's no organs. There's no hope. Okay, a lot more tracing. I was super into tracing. And I was super into Evanescence. And this was, like, a fucking song of... Like, I think she was talking about a song that had all of these things in here. It's like, Oh yeah, fucking paper flowers and purple skies and raindrops that tell a story and cotton candy clouds and me being a complete edgelord. And I drew it because, like, this song fucking, like, when I was a kid, I thought Evanescence fucking slapped. Like, I thought it was, like, the pinnacle of music. And the only thing Evanescence is the pinnacle of is memes. Oh, no, I am not showing that. That's inappropriate. And then I think that's just Paper Mario. Like, I was super into Paper Mario, and I was self-inserting myself in that, too. Hold on. Did I get another transaction? Why the fuck are you paying me, Mom? Mommy, why are you paying me so much money to be a dipshit on the internet? I don't deserve you. What the fuck? Hold on. Well, $5, but still, like, why the you're too sweet. What the shit? It's like my streams have been totally declining in quality these past few weeks, and like you're still there for me. I love you, man. You're too good. You're way too fucking good. You're too good for me, and you're too good for this world. And Jirachi is too good for me to humanize because this looks like garbage. And this also looks like, I didn't trace this one, I think I referenced it, but it still looks bad. And I think I referenced this off of somebody else's fan art, but like... I think the only thing that's like super cringy is like the fucking like... the way the mouth is positioned at that like fucking... Meme. I knew what I was doing with that stupid meme. Sort of. Then I think I drew fan art of my sister. That was that same group I drew fan art for. Just to fucking tease him later, but I never got the chance to tease him. Then I thought I improved here, but like... the improvement is so fucking minimal is that this still looks like shit. Like, I thought I fucking improved leaps and bounds, but this just looks like 2 months. And then I think here it was like a... also another recolor of that same picture. It's gonna be coming up a lot, and like... it's like every single time I'm in here, it's like, oh hey, this is just nice, inoffensive shit. I come here and I see this complete stupid... like, I can't even be offended. Like, this is... I think this is just par for the course at this point. I think at this point I was just fucking, like... and then, okay, this actually doesn't look that bad either. Now that I think about it. Like, I think this is probably the best thing that's been in this gallery so far that I've drawn. The arm still looks terrible, but it has, like, a sort of charm to it. I don't hate this. I think... the only thing that's funny about this is the fucking watermarks. Like, look at this shit. Like, no stealing. Like, it has no stealing as a watermark that's semi-transparent. A watermark for the program website I did it for. And then I wrote my username for it. So if I was like, okay, nobody's gonna steal this. Nobody should steal this. And I'm like, nobody wants to steal this. This is garbage. And then more, like, I thought I was fucking improving, but I wasn't. Not that interesting. And then I think a lot of Sailor Moon fan art, because I was super into Sailor Moon. And fun fact here, I have never played a Zelda game in my life. This is just stupid. I was like, oh hey, I like the outfit, I'll just dress myself in it, fuck it. And like... that's just fucking poser shit. And this is also... funny. This story behind this one is extra fucking funny. Like, this is like the humanized versions of characters from a Club Penguin fucking video series on YouTube. Like, it was just these groups of kids from, like, 2007 who role-played, like, a horror story. Like, a really poorly written one on Club Penguin, and it was, like, spread over on 3 videos or whatever. Late night on Club Penguin. And I was like, oh man, this is so fucking good. Let me draw fan art for it and make him human because I have no idea how to draw penguins. And then I cringe. And then I feel like, and then I thought about putting a noose in this room. Because I feel like that's necessary. Alright, this one, okay, the only thing that's really offensive here is the facial expression, because, like, I remember when I was younger, I was just like, why do people hate drawing these facial expressions? They're so cute! And I look back and I realize why. Because they're fucking stupid. And I think I ended up trying to draw a group shot, but never finished. And a part of me really, really, really fucking wants me to, like, I want to go back in and I want to finish it, but, like, keep all of the original art right here. So, like, I just have all of this, like, trash art from when I was, like, 12 or 13, and then I'd have, like, fucking art from, like, 6 years later just put on there. I think that would be fucking hilarious, though. Okay, that's also the only record I have of my friend's fanime. And then I think I tried to draw Chibi. And then this is probably the worst of that curve tool shit. I think at this point, like, I just fucking, like... I think it was actually the first time I tried doing it. and it's definitely the worst out of all of them. Fucking look at this, dude. Look at her fucking arm! Everything about this is fucking wrong! Then I thought I was... Okay, I think this is the first time I actually tried perspective, too. But that also failed because it also looked like trash. And I think I tried tracing. I also self-inserted myself into Paper Mario. And this is gay fan art for that same fanime that one... Fuck. Like that one magical girl fanime or whatever the fuck. Like Diamond Mew Mew or some shit. I really shipped these 2 characters and I made gay fan art for it. I don't know if I think I only showed it to Kazzy, like, as a joke in, like, the last, like, it is speed paint of, like, the original drawing for it, but I put it as a joke. I'm like, haha, funny bonus, gay. And I remember when I was younger, like, I was super proud of this picture, but I wanted to show my friend, and she was like, wait a minute, is that a guy and a girl? Wait, are those 2 girls? And she was, like, super offended about it, too, because this girl was, like, super homophobic. Like, she fucking thought gay people were sins or something, and I was like, no, it's a guy. The green one is a guy, he's just got really long hair, and she was just like, okay. Like, she would have ratted me the fuck out if she realized I drew, like, lesbian fan art at, like, 13. Because people were homophobic as shit in middle school. And this friend was also, like, horrifyingly racist, too. Like, I think at one point, like, that same day, she wanted me to roleplay sex with Bratz dolls or whatever the fuck. She told me that she hated every single black kid at my middle school. And I was telling her, like, wait, every single one? That's fucking terrible. And that's racist. And she's like, yeah, every single one. They're all thug. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm glad I cut off that connection, because if somebody comes up to you and says that they hate every single black kid at the school, which is already a minority considering I live in a majority white town, that's a red flag, dude. Okay, I traced Ocean's art back when I was younger, and it's that stupid fucking face again. It's that stupid fucking face again. This is also the same thing. This is also, like, my own, like, OC for, like, Magic Card or something. And it's that fucking face. It's like if I made a pony OC, if my friendship is magic or whatever the fuck was popular in middle school, I would have used that face as my cutie mark or whatever the fuck. It just keeps going downhill. Alright, I've never played this game. I just thought the character is cute. I'm a fucking poser. Also, same deal with this one. I thought the character is cute and I'm a fucking poser. I tried drawing some characters here. Still looks like ass, but it's nothing offensive. Also, I traced here. It's supposed to be the kid that got ass bungled and me. Or, like, me, but totally not me. It's an original character. And I shipped these two. I was like, man, these guys would be so cute together. And I originally hadn't planned for that self-insert to die of cancer or something at the end of the story. But the story would be, like, a stupid slice of life, and they'd be doing stupid shit. Like, I don't know, I don't know what other episode plans I had. I think at one point I had, like, I had the character, the dude. I think I had him plan on getting injured on a construction site or something. Or no, he injured somebody else on a construction site, and they had to go to court to fucking defend their positions and not go to prison. And that was the story, and that's the only other episode idea I remember from that. And I realized just how fucked up of a child I was. And then, it's a cat, it's supposed to be a cat. And the file name is me as a Neko, like, not even a cat, Neko, like fucking, like complete weeaboo shit. Like, I gave the cat, like, anime eyes and, like, fucking human hair. Wake me up inside, man. Help. And then I think I ended up drawing myself as a Pokemon character, and I had a really shitty team. Like, boy, if you know anything about Pokemon, you'd know that this is awful team composition, okay? Like, I think all three of these are the same type. Like, okay, Grass, Psychic, Steel, and then it's just Psychic, and then there's Electric, and then there's Grass, Water. That team would get bodied so fast by literally anybody who knows anything about team composition in Pokemon. But I just thought they were cool, so I just picked them. And, you know, that's standard for someone of that age. And then I self-inserted myself into 1000-Year Door, too. And I self-inserted myself into Vocaloid. So, I would say I don't get it, but I kind of do the same shit now, so I can't really fault myself. And then I try to do something else, too. Like, I tried to, like, oh, this is an alternate version of me. I could have black hair, but I accidentally made this transparent. And it looks super fucked up. And I don't think I can ever fix that. Then I think, I think I traced the eye, but everything else was original. And, just fucking look at that. And I'm not even, like, all the fingers are the same length. But they're not even grabbing it. It's just, like, they're short. They all have their nails and shit, like, all painted pink. And it's, like, I wouldn't try and test this out, but, like, if you tried to grab, it just doesn't work, man. Like, how do you make, even when you're 12, how do you make that basic of a mistake? Then I think I also fucked up on hands, but these hands don't nearly look as bad. More tracing. And I was also super into blingy, so those fucking Tokyo Mew Mew recolors I did blingied the fuck out of them and made them look even more tacky than they already were. And I gave her fedora too. Like this was before fedoras were stigmatized as, like, fucking nice guy shits. Bad. And then I think I ended up I tried to make, like, a Tokyo Mew Mew Pokemon crossover with all the legendaries and shit. And then I think I ended up, like, this isn't that, okay, it's like Celebi, Jirachi, Mew, okay, Ninetales is, okay, 3 of them are legendaries and 3 of them are not. And fucking, I stole Ami and Yumi from a fucking, like, cartoon. Like, Hi Puffy Ami Yumi or some shit, which that Ben motherfucker is super into. And he's still into it after, like, it got canceled, like, fucking 14 years ago. And it was made for, like, 10-year-old girls. And he's, what, 26? And he's still, like, he's drawing porn of these characters, too. And it's like, what the fuck? At some point, you just gotta move on. Alright, and then I think I did more tracing. Then I think, like, I think this is, like, the first full reference I have of that character. Of, like, my fucking Mew Mew self-insert. And it's like, I think it's like the thing is when I had themes, I planned on uploading videos of just, like, a song I liked, and I just put in, oh yeah, this is my character's theme song. And it would have been super fucking edgy, because knowing 12-year-old me, but I don't have the video. And I never made the video. And I showed insane favoritism to this one really shitty character. Okay, more tracing. Also documentation of her thing. That's her character and that's mine. From our own joint, like, we did like 2 fanime and put them on that channel. And then I think... Oh yeah, and this one has a funny story too. The fucking character, like, that's supposed to be a different character from the one in that, like, other thing I did. And that was supposed to be the main character of that black girl. And he would be, like, 16, but then he'd cheat on his girlfriend, like a 16-year-old cheats on his 15-year-old girlfriend and fucks her 12-year-old friend. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that, but, like, you imagine how fucking awful, like, you would, like, if you were like, oh yeah, it's like you go to your mates or whatever, and you're, like, fucking junior year of high school or something, it's like, hey, what's your girlfriend like? And I'm like, and then the guy would just come up and be with his friends and be like, oh yeah, she's 12. Like, I think at that point, they would fucking beat your shit up, because, like, who would readily admit at 16 years old that they're fucking a 12-year-old girl? Like, I think at that point, you just want to hang yourself. Rightfully. And then that was more ship art I did of it. And then I think I just, like, fucking traced over more shit. More awful blingy. More awful Miku fan art. A lot of awful Miku fan art and a lot of awful tracing. And then Ludicolo. I think, yeah, that's Ludicolo. And that was, like, my favorite Pokemon, too, because I think... And the funny thing is, I haven't played a legitimate Pokemon game up until, like, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So, like, I just saw this fucking Pokemon on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite. Fuck it. Because it looked stupid. And I thought it was cute. And then that's more, like, fucking, more improvement. And I fucking changed her design from having, like, somewhat normal hair, like, fucking, like, that's not quite may I speak to the manager hair. That's more, like, it's something soccer mommy, but, like, not may I speak to the manager. It's like that one lady in her 40s who's standing outside of the store at, like, 7:36 in the morning when you're supposed to open at 8 a.m. That's her. That's what that haircut says. And this haircut right here just says, like, fucking Final Fantasy ripoff. Bad. Then also, I think this is also one of the least offensive ones. Not offensive. Insert stupid shit. Stupid shit. Fucking... I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like, not even the title only gives me the context that this is a monster, but, like, I think it's a tomato with a head stuck on it, and, like, fucking weird-ass hair in the back. Like, I honest to God have no idea what the fuck this is. I feel like if I redrew it, it would just look even worse. I think it was a coloring book, and I think, like, I think the only thing that's really offensive here is that her leg is broken to shit here. More of the fucking recolors, and I don't know why. And I think here, like, this wouldn't be funny, but this was a fucking Little Big Planet avatar. Like, I played Little Big Planet at this point, too, and I drew it, and I was like, oh, hey, I really like the way I drew this. The way I customized my character in that game. Let me draw it. And then I realized that I'm fucking Chris Chan. Without the Sonic obsession. Like, okay, I'll play Little Big Planet or whatever the fuck. Chris Chan does that shit. I was a complete fucking idiot in school, and so was he. It's I think this was before I learned about Chris Chan, though. But then again, I think being into a kid's game as a kid is better than being into a kid's game as an adult. So I can't really fault myself too hard. Oh, I almost skipped over something. I'm just gonna skip over one of that pictures because that was really fucking stupid. And I don't want to give the context for that one. And then everything... And I think I copy-pasted this one too, and I love it. Like, I think that was copy-pasted from a previous picture. And, like, it's like every one of them looks kind of accurate, except for Umbreon, which looks like I traced someone else's, like, awful fucking Warrior Cat fan art. And then I think, like... I think I was mildly into Shugo Chara at this point. I self-inserted myself into that too as one of those, like, fucking egg fairy shits in the story. And then there was more of that Tokyo Mew Mew terrible shit. And then I thought this was dope too. But, like... that's all you need to know, man. Like, look, that fucking shape... like, the way her hands are, like, that is actively goddamn painful. And I think I intended for that back thing to be a bed, but it just looks like a chair with, like, a really fucking, like, a chair with a really fucking awful blanket on it, and, like, her fucking outfit is just trash. Trash! Like the shit I picked up on the playground when I was 9. And then... I know I showed this before on the recap of the stream I did several years ago, but still kills me. Still fucking makes me want to rip my hair out. It's like everything else about this is kind of sound and normal, but like I replaced the Mew Mew pendant with this complete asshole garbage dick. I don't get myself sometimes. Then I think this is my... This is my first time using, I think I got Paints with Psy on trial or something, and this is the first time I ever used it, and it fucking shows because, like, if you look at... Okay, her hair literally just disappears behind your pigtails. I don't even know how I made that fucking mistake. Like, I didn't even bother to fill it in here when I could have just filled it in blonde or some shit and I would have been forgiven. But, like, no. And also, I think this is Kingdom Hearts, but the only thing that gives that away is the stupid fucking hood shits that they wore in that game. In which I've never actually played that game, I just watched my brother play it, and I read some fanfictions online. Then I think more tracing. Then I was super into Tokyo Moe Mew, and I thought this was the best thing I ever drew. But the eyes are copy-pasted backwards, and those blush marks, man. Those are the fucking worst. More tracing. I ended up doing this. Story behind this one, other than the fact that the perspective is literally... It looks like she's like, whoa, I'm reading the newspaper while I'm literally falling off the side of the earth. Like, if the earth was flat, and everyone just fucking started tilting on one way, I feel like that would be appropriate. But, like, the actual story behind this is that, like, in 7th grade, I was forced to write a sci-fi story, and I wrote one about a girl falling in love with an alien who clearly was a ripoff of Tokyo Mew Mew or some shit. It was cringy. Really fucking cringy. Then I can't look at that stupid crossover for more than 2 seconds without wanting to throw up. Please fucking forgive me. Then I think at that point, think that was the time I tried to be professional and do life drawing and shit, but, like, I mean, it's bad. That's all you need to know. Then I think a lot of fucking... Then I think that was, like... At one point, I actually wanted to start a YouTube channel with my siblings, and that would be our icon. But we never did, and I'm glad we didn't. I had foresight. And then I think I redid... I think that was, like, a redo? Actually, no, this is the original. Like, I followed, like, somebody else's speed paint of this image and, like, painted it. And I thought it looked so good that I had to do it again at the beginning. Except I made the head way bigger, and I made the character hold a taco. And then I think here, that was also my, friend. By the way, her hair was not red, it was actually brown. Like, it was short brown hair. And she had these ugly-ass fucking glasses on. Like... Stupid. Then I think, like, at that point, that's just accepting death right there. Like, I remember, like, in the original, like, fucking version of that image where I flipped through all of my old art, it's just... That is not a face of wanting to be alive. Like, I look at that, and I want to fucking hang myself, because it's like... Okay, actually, no, I don't, because I was 12. I can't really fault myself there. But I still want to make fun of it. And then I think that was, like, a frame from the first episode of fucking that one Mew Mew thing I was doing. Like, I think it was, like, this villain or whatever just shows up at, like, a pizza shop and is like, oh, fucking, y'all are stupid, I'm gonna go summon some monsters or something and just leave. Literally a carbon copy of, like, every other magical girl thing ever, except for the fact that there's a fucking pizza on the back that floats. And I think this is... Then I think at that point, like, I think I just... Like, it's like, oh yeah, I drew this thing really nice. Let me copy it, like, fucking 3 more times and just recolor it so it looks like trash. I feel like if I could have, like, reworked this, I could make it, like, some sort of fucked up modern art piece, but, like, I was not that smart. More tracing. And then this art, I thought it was super fucking good, too. Like, I think I copied off of a Chris Hart book. But, like... I was like, oh man, this took me 8 hours, it's so good! And it's like... Honey, no. Look at... All you have to do is look at those fucking eyes and look at that fucking mouth. That's all you need to do to know that this is garbage. Start again. Okay, it's a lot of saving, and then... And then I think that was like an edgy Mew Mew shit. But the funny thing is, and like I didn't intend for this, is that if you put your kimono the way this character is, that means that your character is dead. And I think that would have, like, if I was smart, I could have played that up to be a really cool detail. But no, I was just stupid. Like, I think those are supposed to be cat ears too, but they just look like fucking Chobits or whatever the fuck that is. Bad. And then I remember I did this one ironically. Like, I remember I was just like, yeah, I can fucking Sonic recolor too. What the fuck are you guys talking about? It's not that hard. I ended up doing it as a joke, and it came out looking just as bad as every other Sonic recolor ever. And then I thought, oh, and it's just the pattern of just fucking forgetting the legs. It's just, and then I think, it's you can tell one this is traced and this is not traced. Like, it's so fucking easy to tell. It's like one of these looks like it was drawn with some level of competence if like if it wasn't garbage. If it wasn't traced like garbage, and the other one just looks like it's about to like fall over. That I think it was like Daughter of Evil Vocaloid garbage, I think, at that point. I was super into Vocaloid at that point, so then that's more Magic Heart. And then that's literally the shittiest recolor I've ever seen. Like, this character is blonde, so what do? Make him blonde! Again. Like, literally, it's just the same shit. Or, like, their color scheme is orange. What do? Make them orange again. Put orange in the back. It's your own original character. Never mind that it's literally the character that you're trying to copy. Fuck that, dude. Then I think at this point, I hadn't watched Sailor Moon only a first season when I was younger, and I'm like, I think this one's supposed to be called Sailor Epic. Which, fucking, by the way, this is like the lol random 2010 definition of that word. So it means nothing. It's garbage. Then I think more color overs, that's also awful. Like, okay, I don't think these were intended to be OCs, more that they were, like, supposed to be upgrades to the original, but they just look worse. And then I pretended, like, I think I did this one as a joke. Like, I was like, oh, hey, how can I make the stupidest looking recolor ever? Oh, I know, this! And then I tried, it's just standard Sailor Moon fan art. I can't really fault this. I mean, it's bad, but, like, it's kids fan art. I can't, and then I can fault this because this is also garbage. So many goddamn recolors. The fuck? Okay, at least I'm at something that's original. But it's still bad. Like, it's not even impressive. Not even, like, fucking, like, funny bad. This is just dumb. I mean, this too. This was her art, my friend's art, the one I ran the YouTube channel with. Also, one of the only records I have of this ever existing. And I think I ended up doing a lot of tracing of Higurashi. Never actually watched that show, but I just watched clips on YouTube. And then... I know this is already a joke I made before. And I had, like, somebody drew fan art of this, like, a really literally, the forehead is so fucking high. By this logic, the forehead is literally up here. Albeit, I think anybody with the brain would be able to tell that. Although, what I think actually happened here is that I drew the shadow, and I was like, fuck, where do I put the eyes? And I just put them there. Because, fuck it, why not? Said that I'm like, am I several minutes behind? Actually, no, my thing is several minutes behind. I'm fine. It's just like, what the fuck? And then this is literally like one of my favorite characters of all time that I've made when I was younger. Like, this is like one of the villains of that Tokyo Mew Mew fanime. And literally, like, it's like the fucking, like, element villains or whatever all worship this one, like, villain that's, like, stereotypically evil. And then she has this younger brother who's literally only there to fucking hit on the subservience. Because he thinks he's that hot. And, like, that is a power move, and I love him. Like, look at this. He's just like, yeah, boy! Gonna be hitting all these bitches tonight, and I think that's, like, beautiful. I want to use him more often, because that's great. Just to have, like, the stereotypical villain team that's all super serious. And then the main villain or whatever just has this little brother who just who literally his only goal is to hit on as many women as possible. I think that's just beautiful. Okay, also more poser because I've never actually watched this. And the first instance of me forgetting to color things? Nice background, dude. Fucking beautiful. I love it. Mistakes were made. Did I think more tracing? That was... Oh, wait, no. That's what it looked like. Like... Okay, the quality of this is absolute garbage, but, like... See, my face has literally not changed a single bit since I was, like, 13 or 14. I look the exact fucking same, other than the fact that my hair is different. I don't get it, dude. The only thing that changed is that I learned how to take care of myself. And I got not cut boobies. And then fucking... If all of y'all have ever played Kingdom Hearts, you'd be wanting to kick my ass right now. And I'd want to kick my own ass too. Bad. Unspeakably fucking bad. I think I wanted this to be a logo for something I wanted to do, but it never got through, and then I think that's supposed to be Chi-24, I think, but now, like, she doesn't want to go by that name anymore. Like, now she's just, like, fucking... I mean, the person who originally had this, I drew this fan art for, is on Planet Dolan now, and she's succeeding. She's making a lot of terrible decisions, but she's succeeding. And that's me right now. Like I said, this is the summertime. Like, fucking... Like, summertime, I got my hat on backwards and it's time to fucking party. Like, that's me right now. Getting out of school, going into the water, and getting that terrible watermark. And then... Fucking... I tried to follow the tutorial on anime side views, and that's what I fucking get. Like, I would love to pick apart just how many things are wrong here, but I think anybody with eyes would be able to tell you that this is bad. It's fucking terrible, dude. But I think, okay, nothing's really that funny. Okay, that also terrible blingy. Tried doing art, but, like, I ended up making it look worse. And I think, no, that was like the main evil villain of that Hyper Mew Mew thing. The Tokyo Mew Mew thing. Like, this is the evil villain. Hold on, let me go back. And that was her little brother. Who just fucking hit on women. And then she was supposed to be super edgy and shit. But, like, I didn't take advantage of just how fucking brilliant that dynamic would have been. And I just, like, because I was stupid in 12 and didn't know humor. I'm not showing that one because that's my name on it. And that was supposed to be the main cast of that fucking terrible... That terrible thing when I was like, oh yeah, the one I was talking about before, where the episode is actually can be found on my channel because I uploaded it. It's supposed to be the main full cast. And then I remember the plot twist is that the main character and the villain had, like, joined souls or some shit, and the only way she could, like, she had to extinguish her dark side or some shit. And then I copy-pasted the eyes from some other anime, but I can't remember for the life of me what. Probably fucking K-On! And by the way, this is supposed to be a back view? Oh man, this is... Like, the worst part about this being a back view is that with the way the shading is done, it looks like there's fucking boobs here. So it'd be like she'd have boobs on her back. And they tried doing that in the PlayStation ads, and the PlayStation motherfuckers got huge backlash for it. Bad. Okay, then I tried more painting again, and it still looks like shit. And then I thought Zoisite from fucking Sailor Moon was my waifu, or husband, or whatever the fuck when I was a kid. Like, I was super into, like, feminine-looking dudes when I was younger, and I realize now that that taste is terrible. And I should probably I want someone with a lick of masculinity now. There's more of that little brother character, too! See, like, okay, literally his goal is to just pick up his fucking subordinates. Like, literally just, like, fuck his subordinates. And then he had like a cape at some point, and then it turns into a chair, and then he just has hot women serving him. Like, how is that not the most alpha fucking thing in the world? I love it. Wonderful. Genius. Like, this is literally the Chad to end all Chad. I love it. I think I did more Vocaloid fan art. More of that awful fucking, like, curve tool shit. The OG logo of that channel me and my friend ran before fucking terrible shit started to happen to the two of us, between us. I think this is Magic Heart fan art. I was also again with the no legs shit. Like, I think it was just the main villains from that stupid Magic Heart thing who literally had no personality. And I just fucking made up personality. Right on the spot. Oh, fuck no, I'm not showing that one. That's underage nudity. I cannot show that on stream. God damn it. Like, if YouTube caught that, like, split second on there, I think I would have fucking, like, gotten banned, and for good reason. But I think the titties right here are proof enough that I can get banned for literally anything. Nothing good, more tracing. That was original, but it looks like shit. Shit, oh, damn, I can't even open some of this. Probably for the best, honestly. Oh yeah, and there's a whole other set, too. Hold on, let me open that up. There we are, yeah! Yeah, more terrible art. You thought it was done by looking in the main gallery. No! Nope. Because I have a whole other separate gallery just for fan art. And this isn't even fan art, this is like the original iteration of an OC. Not near as expensive as some of the other stupid shit on here, but just standard bad, can't really get mad at this. And that's fucking me right there. I've never seen a more relatable image in my life. I didn't try, and I want to... It's like you didn't try living, so it's like, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna be here anymore. Mood. Then I think this is, like, also another image I was super proud of. But, like, I ended up, I think, no, I actually had this printed, too. Like, I have a printed version of it, because I was so proud of it. And I look back on it now, and it's just, like, it's just standard bad. It's not offensive like some of the other shit on there. That I think fucking Sonic Adventure... For you Sonic Adventure 2 fucks. Right there, boy. I didn't even play that game, I just thought the fucker was cute. So I drew it, and it looks like trash. I think that's, I think that's either shithead or Aztec, one of my two shallows. Man, I fucking miss Sonic Adventure 2. I should probably play that after the stream is done. Because that's actually a fun game. You can fight me on that one. Then I think more recolors with the fucking... Look at that fucking color scheme, dude. Like... It's not even like Christmas. It's just bad Christmas. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think I ended up cutting off the legs, too. And then I thought I'd try my hand at outfit. Oh, well, this is your space. This is a wonderful thing for you. This is what you like to do. And it's like, You should not be into warrior cats past the age of, like, 13. At some point, you just gotta look at yourself and say, wow, I have a shit taste. And then I think that was, like, my original characters or something. Like, these two were supposed... Like, I had this fan art series where literally I just split the characters' faces apart, but it didn't actually put a line, so they just look fucking terrifying. And these two characters are supposed to be in a relationship. But, bad. Bad art. They think that's standard Tokyo Mew Mew art. Nothing too... Alright, that's just... Could you imagine if they had an episode where they just... Of that fucking show, where they just fused the two of them together and they had to, like one person had, like, one side of the body and the other person had the other? It'd be like Cat Dog, except, like, fucking body horror. It's just gross. And nothing too offensive. And then this is also my friend's... Oh, this is a friend's original character of mine. And this friend also told me I was like her ideal Yuri girlfriend or some shit. Like, this is, like, fucking a female, like, lady. It's like, oh, you're like the ideal Yuri girl. You're like my real-life anime girl. And this was when I was in 8th grade. And, like, she was trying to get me into furries and shit. And I was like, no, I don't like this. My middle school years were fucking terrible. Like, this is 8th grade, and I thought that she was, like, my best friend or something. And it's like, she was into, like, Transformers Yaoi, too, and she tried to get me into that, and I'm like, no, it's fucking stupid. You're stupid for this stupid shit. Then I think, I don't know how I could fuck up Kirby, but I did. I honest to God don't know how I could fuck this up. I mean, it's still kind of cute, if not misshapen and half-assed and... No, I'm gonna quote JonTron here. I mean, JonTron's terrible, I'm gonna quote him. Even half-assed and bootleg, he still melts my heart. I can feel the money loosening from my wallet already. Then more of that awful shit. And then fucking Paper Mario garbage. Tier ass dick. Suicide. I don't even have anything funny anymore. It's just bad. It's just fucking bad. Like, okay, this is also not very offensive. And then the fucking awfully compressed versions of this fucking image, of these images, because I was super proud of them. So I just fucking saved them over multiple times, and I just... Actually, I can't even say that. I don't know the backstory to this. And then... Okay. I feel like I should not tell the backstory behind this image because it's really, really, like, the way, like, this image looks kind of weird and dumb and 12-year-old, but if I told the backstory behind this image, that would just elevate this to straight offensive, so I'm not gonna do that. Then I think that was fucking around with painttool.net or whatever the fuck. Then also more... Holy shit, I forgot this picture even existed. I don't even recognize this. That you find new things every day. Just like this one. I haven't seen this image in, like, years. And it was, like, fucking fan art out the dick. By the way, never answered your question, Asher. The character is naked because he's a fucking degenerate piece of shit. And then that's, like, fucking Earthbound fan art, but really bad. This one could be okay if I actually wasn't 12. I think that's a fucked up looking Pikachu. Half-ass bootleg still melts my heart. Terrible compression. Try to trace over fucking Chris Hart again, but I failed because, you know, child. Can't really fault myself for that one. And then I think, like, the canon character, and then I had my own original character, so, like, that's even worse. Like you just fuse your character and somebody else's together in some fucking horrifying body horror type shit. And then again with the fucking no legs. I still don't get it, man. Then I think with this, a lot of Paper Mario fan art. That was, like, one of my major fucking things back when I was a kid. And Like, it's a great-ass game. It still is. It still holds up. It's just, sometimes when I look at it, I just cringe really hard because of the way I loved it back when I was a kid. And I think Totoro, but at that point, I've never watched Totoro, so I think I was just poser. It's also poser shit, because this would never happen. Totoro can barely ever change expression. He would never make any of these expressions. He's fucking huge, and he can barely move his arms. And then I tried drawing my original characters in a band, but it's okay. That guitar, like, I thought it was bad, but the fucking guitar elevates it to a whole new level. You know which fucking guitar I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck is that? How does that function as anything other than, like, it doesn't function. Then I think also more Kirby fan art, but I've never played Kirby, so it just looks stupid. And then I think that's the end of it. Just fucking body horror. It's just so cringy and stupid and sad. But I can't really fault myself. I mean, I was a kid. And I think that's just, like, one final speech, I guess. When you're younger, you draw stupid shit, but you can always improve. Like, I think at this point, looking back on this now, like, remember, I was in school and I'm like, man, I fucking suck. I can't draw at all. And then, like, going back to this just sort of shows me how far I came from this. Like, this stuff is nearly, like, 8 years old. Like, the oldest stuff is, like, 8 or 9 right now, and it's just so fascinating, like, just how far I've came just from that point. It's just really nice to see. And by the way, with a lot of these hiccups I'm having during stream, that's basically because of finals week and, like, having to move between houses and, like, technical difficulties. This stuff will not be happening during the summer. In the summer, I will be having quality internet. I will not be having timing issues unless with further notice. And if I do have issues, I will let you guys know. I will not have this complete garbage internet shit later on. Summer is going to be litty as a titty, and I have a whole lot of fucking plans. And I do plan on compiling all of these the Sonic Adventure 2 footage or whatever. Like, this summer, I plan on compiling all of that into, like, a highlight reel, and then I'm gonna make an advertisement to, like, show up for all my streams, like, every single Friday night at 7. Because I feel like the subscribers don't exactly know. It's like, why is it streaming always at that point? And I feel like I should make an advertisement at this point. I've been doing this for literally, actual 1 year. And I'm so fucking excited about what I'm gonna do next. Like, I'm dead serious. And I guess that's sort of the end of it. I will be dropping my Discord link as usual in the chat, and I will be seeing you guys next week. And next week will be even littier as a tittier. It's gonna be even better. Because I